nomination. I'm nominating you to run this podcast.
Dude, what happened?
I don't know.
I don't think
I'm tired.
I should pull out the notes, I guess.
Yeah. That would be a good idea. That's a good beginning. Good beginning to every end is reading the notes.
Welcome to Two Baltimorons.
There you go.
We are back. Opening day.
I need one of those.
A Celsius.
That's what I need.
There's a little bit left. We're here at opening day. This is the first time we've recorded in the morning since like Nam, if I'm being quite honest.
True.
We used to record, what was it, like 10 or 11 a.m.?
I think.
And then with some scheduling stuff, we moved it back to 2 or 3. But now we're here bright and early.
Bright and early.
Because of opening day.
You know what I have a really strong urge to do?
I don't know. What is it?
Order 40 hash browns just to prove you that you can't eat them.
Well, how are we going to go from 0 to 40 immediately? I thought we were working our way up, no?
Well, yeah, but then this is the only time that we're here in the morning.
Actually, you're not wrong.
Let's find out.
Why hash browns?
That was the whole challenge thing.
Oh, she doesn't pay attention.
Oh, damn, I hate to see it. Okay, so I don't really know how it started, but we were just talking about your favorite breakfast meal and if there was one breakfast meal that you could eat for the rest of your life.
Yours is hash brown.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And it have no health consequences. Hash browns all day, every day, any time of day.
Yeah.
Put my name on it. And so now we want to see how many hash browns I can eat within a certain amount of time.
$2.59 each.
Yeah, dude. 40 of them? What would you
spend?
spend?
Donnell owes you 15.
Oh, yeah. He's racking them up. So maybe you hit him up and you split the bill, But today is opening day. I actually drove through downtown already, by the stadium.
Mm-hmm. How was that?
There's people already drinking. And to give people that's listening in a perspective of the time that it is right now on a Monday morning, it is 9:19 a.m. And people are already probably drunk.
Yeah, Pickles open at 6:30.
6:30 in the morning?
Yeah. I think it's one of those where Baltimore City code prevents you from serving alcohol between 2 a.m. and 5 a.m.
So then they're
or something to that effect. Maybe it's 6 a.m. And so
they're just
6:30
clean up and
ready to roll.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Wow.
Yeah.
And there's already little tents with people selling Orioles merch and whatnot outside. Pickles, there's what's that street that goes right behind it? I can't even think of the fucking street name, but it's already down to 2 lanes and they have it blocked off.
Does anybody want to run to McDonald's to go pick up hash browns?
Amanda
said she will.
Lovely.
How many should we order?
I mean,
I'll eat one if you order.
That's one.
I'll
We've got
eat
an
one.
order of one. That's two.
However many you order, I'll eat the rest that you guys don't eat. So you put that
Jeez.
number to whatever your heart desires.
Brownie.
But everything's already set up downtown. There's already a little bit of traffic. There's quite a few people down there already drinking, celebrating this Baltimore holiday, if you will. And it's really cool. It really is. It's really cool because, I don't know, maybe there's something similar when the Ravens have their first home game. But opening day down here, you'll see just a wave.
It's not the same.
Right. It's not the same. You'll see a wave of orange today. I saw an agent on Instagram the other day host an open house that was Orioles themed. And then he was giving away 3 tickets for a certain amount of game, not opening day tickets. That'd be real expensive.
Yeah.
But giving away tickets for Orioles, just celebrating opening day being right around the corner. But yeah, you see a wave of orange.
A wave.
So excited.
A wave, a flock of orange, if you will.
Yeah, it's supposed to be pretty warm. It's supposed to be getting into the 70s.
Well, and it was supposed to rain too.
Later.
How many times have you all been to opening day?
This is
in history?
my third or I think.
And,
third.
okay, let's ask this: how many times have you gone to opening day and gone to the game?
That definitely
Crickets.
lowers my number.
That's fair. Let's hear both numbers.
One.
One.
I have
Okay,
probably
you've gone to
been
the game
inside
once.
Camden Yards once on opening day.
Okay.
I've been to Pickles probably the last 3 years.
Wow.
Yeah, I would say at least 3. I can remember 3 times.
Going
maybe
into the game.
4.
Into the game.
Maybe I can remember specifically. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's probably more 5 because we went with CVP, Charles Village Pub in Towson, a couple times. And then last year and the year before last, for sure. So at least 4 or 5.
I've been to one Orioles opening day going in and drinking at Pickles Pub.
Yeah.
That was the time that we went 2 years ago. And then I've gone to one Nationals Washington Nationals opening day.
That was a waste of time.
I've never been to a
I was a
Nats
kid.
opening day, but I love the Nats.
Huh?
I've never been to an opening day for them.
For the
It's
Nats?
easy to be a bandwagon fan. I'm just saying.
Are they good?
Excuse me, my mom was a Nats fan. I grew up as a Nats fan.
She was only.
Mike would say,
if anything, I'm
How
a
long have the
bandwagoner
Nats
for
even
Orioles.
been?
are both of your parents, your mother's going to the game?
Yes, my mom will be there.
Love that.
My mom will not.
Oh, why not?
Because she did not give a shit about baseball.
I cannot. But yeah, Nationals Park is really, I like that park. Camden Yards, there's nothing that you can't beat the brick and the like how beautiful it is. I'm pretty sure it's ranked pretty highly on like the top 5 MLB parks to go and visit. But the brick is beautiful. Opening day is just a fun day in of itself. I used to have a pair of orange pants that I would wear to like Orioles games.
Not necessarily a pair of orange
First
pants.
of all, can we talk about this?
What?
When you look up the history of the Washington Nationals, it says that they started in 1969. I'm like, that's
Wait,
a
what?
blatant lie.
What was the
when
team
they were the
beforehand?
Expos?
Yeah, that's
Oh.
right.
Then they moved to Washington. It's not the same. So the Nationals were originated in 2005.
So then when you count the Ravens, I think that was what, 96? The year I was born. What a great year.
Yeah, and see, like, I think the Ravens originated in 96.
That's
don't
fair.
Don't
That's fair
talk
to
to me
say.
about, like, oh,
The Baltimore
Baltimore
Colts.
football, the Colts, and then they left, and then the Ravens came to town. No, like, the Ravens started in 96, right? The Browns restarted after we left.
Yeah.
And then came to Baltimore, and then now they're no longer the Browns. And so now, so the Browns, let's look up the Cleveland Browns history.
Yeah.
Let's do that just for fun, see what happens.
A side note.
I had no idea about all of that history, though.
Did you even know that the Baltimore had another team called the Colts before
No.
the
Actually,
Really?
maybe Colts. Maybe I've heard Colts, but
Like
yeah.
Johnny Unitas, there's a pretty sure there's a statue outside of the stadium.
Well,
Number
that's
19.
what Towson University, like their whole
yeah,
thing
yeah,
is
yeah,
Johnny
Unitas,
Unitas.
So riddle me this, right? Cleveland Browns founded in 1946.
Okay.
Okay. Then it says they relocated in 1995 to Baltimore. And then they returned to Cleveland in 1999.
So was it the Baltimore Browns?
So, no, it was the Baltimore Ravens from the minute they came here.
Got it. Okay.
But it's just the way they interpret, like, the longevity of the franchise, I guess. I don't really understand it.
So what would you say, like the Raiders? They just changed location, right? But they're
That's
still
a good
the Raiders.
point. That's a good point.
I feel like that was that the first type of change where they kept the team name and moved like areas completely.
No, because
Did the Chargers do the same thing?
Rams did that.
Rams.
St. Louis to LA.
Wow.
Damn. This is sports trivia today.
Yeah, we're like Baltimore, but Spoots
So-
and like Spoots. You know it's early.
Spoots and Boots.
Sports and
If you're
foodie
going,
podcast.
you can go now because it's waiting for you.
We're getting
Please and thank you.
hash browns.
Hash brownies. They're not hash brownies.
Something I wanted to mention, and we've been talking about a lot of food on the podcast. You know, Ecubin is at the park now?
Yes.
Yes, I did
Ike
hear
Ben
about that.
And,
That is gonna
Atwaters. Not Atwaters. Atman's.
Atman's? What is that?
The deli? Oh, my God.
Ecubin's
think
going
I've
to
had
make a
that.
killing there.
They are.
Like, and then you got to think, like, how,
right.
like,
Let's talk this through, though.
okay.
What is the food that you want when you're sitting at a baseball game?
I don't really want a fucking hot dog, if I'm being quite honest.
What
I was
is
gonna
the
say hot
food
dog.
that you want when you're at a baseball game?
I want anything I can get my hands on.
Okay, let me tell you, you're not getting your hands on Ikeban.
We had, I think did they have fuzzies there? I think we got fuzzies.
Yeah.
That slapped.
That was.
If I can get my hands on fuzzies, I can get it on Ecubin.
I will give a big shout out to Fuzzies. Those dudes crushed. A, they crushed the ballpark. B, they crushed Mark's wedding. And that is enough for me. We've even had Fuzzies at the...
They listened-
The Fuzzy's Burgers?
yeah.
They
Oh my
lifted a
gosh,
food
I
truck
had that for
over
the
a
first
building
time.
in Fells Point.
Yes,
Yeah.
I had them for the first time a few weeks
So
ago.
good.
So good.
Did you get just like a regular plain Jane burger? Or did you get like the Fuzzy?
I think I got the Fuzzy.
That is a
It was really
wild
good.
We also got it
sandwich.
when we were at the Washington Monument.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
So now, like, I'm not a food truck person, but if I have to go, I'm like.
But I'm saying,
gravitating
like,
to
if you can
Fuzzies.
get fuzzies at the ballpark in a reasonable amount of time, you should be able to get Ecubin in the reasonable amount of time too.
Yeah, but
I feel
and
like
I
the
love
line
Ike
at
Ben.
first
I
is gonna
do.
be crazy.
But to me, I'm like, let me get French fries, let me get a hot dog, and hot dog's not my first food either. It happens to be my wife's first food, but whatever.
I just don't get the like obsession about glizzies and hot dogs and that whole world.
Glizzy.
When you call
I
it a
mean,
glizzy, it
A
makes it more weird.
game day glizzy.
Yeah.
A game day glizzy.
I saw someone put a poll up that said, "Who do you think's going to win? Relish, mustard, or ketchup?"
I know people that are like vehemently mustard, vehemently relish.
Well,
like,
mustard shouldn't even exist. If I'm being quite honest, I hate that condiment.
I feel that way about relish.
Relish, I can
What?
I can mix around with some things.
Yeah,
What? Especially for as much sugar as you put in your coffee. Relish is basically just sugar on a hot dog.
That is gross. I don't want
That is
sugar on my
gross.
glizzy.
Men, pay attention. I'm just saying. I would take Ikebana. It would not be my first choice. Like, first thing I eat in the ballpark this year will not be Ikebana. But I will
agree.
definitely have some. And I think that's the big flair here is that if you go to the park on a regular basis and you're there, once a month even, twice a month, I think that's a committed fan.
I just don't
having
like-
alternatives and options is cool. That I
What
will
is
give.
that?
I mean-
Is it Boggs?
Boogs.
Boogs.
Yeah.
I always forget how to pronounce it. I know it's named after
What is
a
that?
player.
It's their the Orioles barbecue.
Oh shit!
It's you could find it in Utah Street or Utah Place. And they have it. They serve
Right
it
by
out
the-
of
Like
like a
outside of the
trailer.
stadium.
It's in the
In
stadium.
the
Oh, on the
stadium,
street,
right by
on the
the
street,
yeah.
team store.
Correct.
They're pretty good. I like their chips a lot.
That's Orioles run.
yeah.
So like when Ikebana is there, they're staffing it, they're serving it, they're making the product. When Fuzzies is there, they're staffing it, they're serving it, they're making the product. Boogs is an Orioles run stand. And so it's even more impressive to me to have a pretty good quality out of a large national distribution chain, right? It's not like the best barbecue. Don't come on our podcast and talk to us about how it's not the best barbecue. I understand. But if you're going to the ballpark, it's a
Dude,
great
I don't know.
option.
It's kind of a staple.
Not to
for
compare
years.
Nationals and Orioles, two
First
different
of all,
parks.
we're not even comparing.
I
We
don't-
know.
No. But
We know.
the food.
No.
At Nats Park.
No.
Have you ever been?
No.
Yes.
Yes, I have been in that
Tons of times.
Dude, I went years ago. I don't know if it's still the same. I went years ago. This was probably
3 times.
2016, give or take a year or two.
Yeah, that was back when I was there. And back then, outside of the stadium, they had the steel container
They still have
bars.
that. They still have that.
Is that still there?
Yeah.
I thought that was moved.
Well, when I went to the Red Hot Chili Pepper concert at Nats Park 2 or 3 years ago.
Are
it was
you
still
talking
there.
about is it Navy Yard? Like
No.
that area?
That is the area
That's the area, but the shipping container is
Yeah,
not.
that's still there.
But anyways,
moved them around
when I
a
went
little.
there, they had like mac and cheese barbecue tater tot bowl, and tell me like that doesn't sound great.
Oh, the bullpen is what they call it.
Bullpen, yes.
Interesting. Yeah, this doesn't attract me at all. In the same
We're
way
not
the
talking-
Sandlot
no.
doesn't attract me at
It's-
all. We're talking about the food.
I ain't just talking about the food.
Stay on topic, Mike.
I'm scared.
The tater tot barbecue like mac and cheese bowl. I went there and got that.
I'm going to give a big shout out, and this is a bold statement, but
Mike coming in.
the Orioles used to have, or maybe they still do, a restaurant in the warehouse. I think it's still there. It's now the Sports Book. Back when it was the restaurant, whatever it was Palmer's or Dempsey's or something to that effect. Tyler was working, and Tyler was like, "Oh, I'm gonna make you guys some fries." And I was like, "Ah, cool, right?" And this dude made French fries like I've never had before, fresh, made from scratch ranch, fresh cheese,
that
bacon
ranch.
bits that he like
Restaurant
lightly
ranch?
sautéed and gave a lot of flavor to. Like the dude made a loaded French fry, and it was just it was fantastic. It was honestly one of the best loaded French fries that I've had. It could be because he walked it from the fryer to us, but it's just fantastic. I
Giving that
always find
A1
their
service.
food to be pretty good. And I also think that for a national park to be producing that much food, you got to have like a grain of salt. And I would rather have their chicken tenders than I would rather have Ikebana. And I love Ikebana.
What?
I don't know.
That
I
is
like,
an incredibly hot take. That is a little disappointing, Mike.
if I'm like sitting
I
at the
think I
park
agree
and I'm
with
actually
him.
like watching the game, I don't really want to like sloppy sandwich.
It's okay.
And I love Ikebana.
How is that sandwich any more messy than a hot dog with all your condiments on it?
Hot dog condiments.
Same thing.
It also
You're gonna grab a napkin regardless. So what is your argument?
No, I'm going to wipe it on my pants and then my wife is going to yell at me.
The child.
nasty.
Just saying. I mean, like, my fingers are clean.
Do you want us to get you like a little balloon and some cotton
After you
candy
like lick
too?
your fingers, you're like,
Precisely. That's me to a T.
When you were growing up, did you go to a lot of games?
I wouldn't say a lot. My dad didn't love being at the park.
So how did you really get into it? Because you like have season tickets or some deal with the Orioles, and it's something that's always I know.
When I was like high school and just after high school, my friends and I would go to the game because you could get a ticket for $5.
Okay.
And we would drive downtown and we would park somewhere illegally, I'm sure. And we would come into the game and we had just a really good time. I remember one time I took my younger brother and we like snuck down into the lower level where the stadium seats 44,000 people and there's literally like 7,000 people there. So we sneak down into the lower level. There's no one there. And we sit down in left field where I love to sit. And we're just hanging out. Just the whole game. Didn't do anything. We're not rowdy. We're not yelling, screaming. Next thing you know, an usher came up to us and was like giving us a hard time around like the 6th inning. And we're like, dude, like there's no one here. Like, what are you doing? And he's like yelling at us, whatever. This guy in front of us and his 3 kids, he turns around. He's like, these are my tickets. This is my season ticket in my section. And these people aren't being a bother. Like, let them hang out. And I never forget that because the dude just like, went out of his way to give us the opportunity to like sit in the lower level. We're paying $5 for tickets and we were trying to bring my brother too. But for me, just that moment of like the goodness that comes from sports, and I no offense to football fans, but I don't think that experience exists in a football stadium. Just my personal opinion.
But also,
I
like,
agree with that.
I feel like the Ravens Stadium is always way more packed. You don't really have that opportunity many times.
Yeah, but it's not so much about like sneaking down or like taking advantage. It's more about like
even the
people at Ravens Stadium are just much more like, let's go. It's cold. I want to get to my seat. I want to eat my food.
Do you think it has anything to do with like the actual sport itself? Like,
it probably does.
Very like
probably does.
You know,
aggressive.
Gonna hit you.
Yeah.
You know.
I feel like
Even last year we were up at the what do they call it now? The Coors Light flight deck, the bar up in center field.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we were there with one of our clients, and they had their two boys. And next thing you know, like one of them had like not snuck, but he was sitting in that section that overlooks center field.
Yeah.
You know where like no one's allowed to go.
Yep.
Well, the usher was like, "Hey, little man, like, do you want to sit over here?" The usher just like generously allowed him to sit over there. He didn't let us up there.
Yeah.
He did offer his mom to like join him or whatever. But it's just like that environment doesn't exist at Ravens Stadium, in my opinion.
I would even argue just another like sporting event.
I think so.
That, yeah.
You know, but it's also, I will say, it is very wholesome when you run into like one of those ushers that's like 90 years old and you can tell they were there for the very first game and like this is what they love.
Yeah.
My grandmother was like a huge Orioles fan. Like even when she was getting older and older and like in her wheelchair and everything, she would always have her jacket on or hanging off the back of her wheelchair and on her chairs and stuff like that all around the house. And every time I went over to her home, an Orioles game was on.
Oh.
Not even kidding.
Well,
and then when she had passed for her funeral, we like when you're carrying the casket out of the actual funeral home, they play like a song. They played "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" in like an Oregon. Yeah, it was cool.
That's
really
intense.
Cool. Really cool.
And that was your
Why
grandma?
didn't I think of
my
that
grandmother.
for my mom?
Yeah.
She loved baseball.
Because she was a
moving
Nats
on.
fan, probably.
She was a Nats fan. but
Hash browns have
they sing
arrived.
that
Hash brownies. And
How many did you actually get?
12? 14?
Oh hell yeah. Did they say anything to you when you were in there? Like, what is this for?
Literally hand packaged each one individually, and I told him how wonderful he was, and that you guys are.
This is how you know my wife is here. Someone is wonderful.
He was so nice.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh,
They're
God.
hot.
Oh, they're
But
warm.
they-
Yeah,
yes.
they're really.
So, yesterday, on my drive home from Guy's Strip, we stopped at Sheets and got little mini hash browns. They're like this big. And I made a statement that by comparison to McDonald's, the Sheets hash browns have like a lot more flavor. And I still stand by that statement.
These are real hot. Holy shit.
Yeah,
However,
I'm letting mine.
this is delicious.
Also, you want to know how to make your hash browns a million times better and kind of like a breakfast little candy potato?
Old Bay.
No.
Oh, okay.
So Maryland of you, Mike.
Yeah.
I figured we were going on the theme.
No.
Oh, it's hot.
When they're hot like this, you have them on like your little plate. This is typically what I do at home. Put some syrup over top and let it like really get in there, and then sprinkle some salt. And I'm telling you, God,
How do you say that?
damn.
I don't know how I feel about that.
What?
I mean, I'm sure maybe in the moment it's good, but thinking about it right now, no.
Okay, so quick question.
Yeah, what do you ask me?
I said, how do you say that word?
What word? Syrup?
Yeah.
Syrup.
Syrup.
Isn't that what
Do you say syrup?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God.
I don't know the proper pronunciation.
Syrup for sure.
Syrup.
Hey Siri, how do you say syrup? See what she says. She will tell me. No, maybe not.
Say what is the correct
In which
pronunciation?
language? English, you Felicia? No, she's trying to. She can't translate into Felicia. Thank you.
Oh yeah, it tastes so good. I used to buy the Trader Joe's like boxes of hash browns and then put them in the air fryer, and then God, I'd eat like so many at a time. I'd probably go through like half a box at one point.
Maple syrup and then a little bit of
Salt, yeah. God, it's so good. And then another breakfast of champions. If you want to like add more on top of that, you can take away the syrup, still put a little bit of salt, shredded lettuce, and a fried egg, and then salt, pepper on that, and then some hot sauce and honey.
Syrup.
Boom!
That is fake.
Syrup.
That is fake.
That is Google 101.
Well,
Dictionary
you asked Google,
definition.
You didn't ask Siri.
I said Google, how do you say?
It's a tomato thing.
Well, tomato is correct. Tomato is incorrect.
And syrup is incorrect.
I
Yeah.
think
Syrup
we have
is
proven
incorrect.
What
that
about-
I'm correct.
How do you say caramel? What do you say caramel?
So there's a definition for this.
Is there a definition?
There is, and I don't remember what it is. Caramel is a thing, and caramel is a thing. They are different things. Hold on, I have to think about this.
They are two different things, but
I'm not a fan
there's
of either.
caramel and then there's caramel.
I didn't know there was a difference.
There are.
I don't know in the product
Caramel.
itself what the difference is, but spelling wise, there is a difference.
That would make sense.
Caramel.
Caramel! Maybe I'm right. Maybe I'm wrong.
It is spelled like caramel though.
Well, right. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
I thought it was
I don't know.
CARMEL. Caramel.
That would be caramel.
Right. I thought there was a difference between that and caramel.
I don't know.
Anyways, let's go back to opening day.
Okay.
Do you guys have like a
these are
story
delicious.
of opening day that stands out from the others that you could share on the air? That is probably PG.
So, one of our years, the last year that we did the bus from CVP. So CVP, Charles Village Pub, is a bar in Towson that was very popular back when. Still is probably. But they would get a tour bus, and you would get on the tour bus, and you'd get a ticket. So what they did to get everyone to the bar, because you had to be at the bar, the bus came at like 11, picked us up, the game was at 3, whatever, right? Well, you had to be at the bar before 11. So what they did was they did an open bar from 9 to 11. So you included in your
morning?
ticket, yeah, there's like Bloody Marys and whatever. And so it was open bar from 9 to 11. And then the bus was supposed to arrive at 11, and we were going to get on the bus, and there was going to be like Natty Boh, which is the Baltimore beer, in case you don't know.
When's the last time you like had a day drink like that? That is insane.
Yesterday.
Okay, well, this past
could use
weekend,
a
but
day
I still
drink
don't think.
like that today.
I could say drink like that. Oh,
I know
wait.
you can.
So
I
we're
know
not-
you can. I know you can. But when was like the last time you really had like
Oh my God, I can't even remember.
Yeah, I can't.
like when I was working in the bar industry? That was like I don't say all the time, but like something that was more common than you probably
Yeah.
wanted it to be, right?
Yeah,
But
when I
like
went to Towson, it was every Saturday.
right.
if I were to do something like that today, I might have to
I
be
would die.
hospitalized.
I would
like
absolutely
quite literally.
pass away halfway through the day.
And then like
Two oldest young people ever.
I just can't handle a hangover anymore.
Uh-uh.
Like the amount of
brutal.
pain I get in my neck and my head is like just let me die at that point.
Messes up my stomach. Like I am so nauseous.
Do you get
the next
dads?
day. I do get the dads.
Guess what it is?
You have to guess.
It's an acronym for something that happens when you drink and
The next day.
Diarrhea after drinking.
pretty damn close.
Oh.
The day after drinking shits.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wake up in the morning, just gotta fucking let one out. Let a lot more than just one.
This is like basically Christian's morning after pill right here.
What, taking a shit?
Yeah.
Day after drinking?
Okay. Back to my story.
Sorry, we got a little off track there.
9 to 11.
9 a.m.
Of course, we show up at like 9:30. We're hanging out. We're not really trying to like drink because it's morning of. It's crazy. And the bus didn't arrive at 11. So we were just like continuing to drink, waiting, right?
Did they keep the bar open?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was like 12. And the bar owner, who, Melanie's great, we love her. She comes out and she's like, hey, everybody, the bus is taking a long time, broken down, something. Who knows what the story was? It was obviously some baloney from the bus company. And Mel kept the bar open. I don't think the bus came to pick us up until like 1:30. And she kept the bar open the whole time.
I was going to say, did you have to take like a pilgrimage down to the stadium?
No, we did end up on the bus. I don't even remember the bus ride down there, but I remember getting on the bus on the way back. So I know we took a bus. But it was a lot of fun.
Man.
I mean, how much more fun can you have than like a reasonably priced ticket with all you can drink, with, drink on the bus and whatever, and then you have a ride back with all of your friends.
No, I mean, it sounds like a blast. Just, I'm probably coming off as a little bit of a bummer here and like a boring person with my hangover.
Well, now
I don't want to say it's a fear because it's certainly not, but it's just like I know what's coming and I know what's around the corner.
This was like 20 years ago. You think I was thinking about what was coming around the corner? No.
Okay,
Not
when you put it like
ago.
that, but like
No,
I know if
not that old.
I know
if
I drink like that, like crazy, just how much pain I'll be in for the next few days. The last time I had like a day drink, I went to Orlando Studios or one of those parks down there back in October of last year.
Oh yeah, we did that.
And that was fun. But I think with all the food and like sweating it out and still trying to stay hydrated, like I had like a good ratio going. It's to where the next morning didn't have the dads, didn't feel like complete shit either. So
you do have to find your good
I feel like I've found like a good ratio and balance now with like if I go out to an event like that and have a couple of drinks, like
I feel like in all honesty, we need to give a lot of props where props are due, right?
Okay.
To people that still do it, huge amount of props. But to young people, they're basically just training for a triathlon every day. Right? Like we're going out to the bar, we're going to have 2 shots and 2 beers. It ends up being 4. And then they get up and go to class the next day. That's like a triathlon.
At some point, though, it's either you got 2 paths from this, right? You got alcoholic, and then you got, it falls off a little bit, and then you're not as good as you.
Well, yeah.
And then you get the hangovers.
Yeah.
That's where
So how much of a champion do you really want to be here?
I mean,
Oh, God, it could end really good or really bad.
I did well. I think I did well.
You always have your moments,
Yeah, there's been a couple.
Dude, I'm not going to lie. How hot these hash browns were has really kind of like, it feels
slowed
hot.
Your roll?
No, it feels hot in here.
Oh, yeah, it is hot in here. I finished my hash brown. Where are yours?
I feel pretty
I had
good.
2.
I
But
had-
I'm
did you
I'm
have
gonna,
2? Damn.
I'm going to start sweating in a second just because it's hot.
Open the door.
Honestly, it
It's
would probably
hotter
feel great.
outside.
Dude, yesterday I was touring homes, and every house I went into was like 85 degrees because no
I
one
was
had the
sweating
AC
yesterday.
on.
So
homes.
speaking of the heat and the weather and today, what is your like go-to opening day outfit?
Oh, fuck, I'm wearing it right now.
Yeah, me too.
My Grateful
That's your go-to.
My
like
Grateful
every
Dead.
year,
I don't know if you guys can see.
Cargo pantaloons, jeans.
Pantaloons, yeah. This is a toddler's shirt from Target.
I wouldn't say like my jeans or like my staple, but the
Awesome.
shirt. Like awesome. How'd you know?
Awesome.
Did you go into that section on purpose, or did you like walk by like, oh, that's a cute
I
Orioles
walked
shirt?
by. So they had a wall of Orioles t-shirts, and I wanted a cute little cropped one.
Okay.
So I saw that, and I said,
That's mine.
I think I can fit in that.
Yeah.
YOLO.
So I did.
What's really funny is on the drive here, I thought to myself, like, if I had to paint a picture of myself going to an Oriole game, it would look like this. Right? Like
I wanted
even
to wear
thought
shorts,
about
but
wearing
the rain
like,
scared me.
I thought about wearing a sweatshirt. Like an Orioles
Oh, no,
sweatshirt.
it is
It's
too
too
damn
hot
hot.
for that.
It's too hot, right?
Way too hot.
And
Last year it was chilly. So you
yeah,
had
and
to
I
wear
feel
something.
like every opening day is about this. Right? Like about this weather.
Mm-hmm.
This is kind of warmer. It's not common that we get like a really hot one, although I can remember one or two.
Kinda
Or we have
overcast.
like some of the overcast, drearier days, but always in like the high 60s, 70s.
And today's what's supposed to get up to what?
80.
Mid 70, 80? Yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna
and
be
it's
a day.
still supposed to like be kind of cloudy, which is kind of nuts for that weather. But welcome to Maryland, folks. This is what you get. Last week it was probably 40 at some point. It'll be 40 next week, but we have a 80-degree day today.
It's
on
going to be
opening
60
day.
tomorrow and Wednesday.
Yeah, but then I'm pretty sure next week it goes down to like 45.
44.
Yeah,
That's
Weather
nuts.
is nuts.
That's Maryland weather.
But
happens every year.
yeah, man, this is like my favorite Orioles shirt. I've had this for
like
a
that
very
shirt.
long time,
Yeah.
and it speaks to me.
Do you
know?
need me to tell the Goose players that you're no longer interested in their band?
No, but if they had a Goose Orioles shirt, I'd be about it. Like if we take the goose head off and just put a Orioles like little head.
I feel like there's a way to do that, but probably not.
Or
that way.
or what if I made like put an Oriole on my shirt and the same like cursive font that Goose was spelled out in? I spelled Orioles.
What
would
if
kinda
you
be
just
cool.
put a little Oriole hat on the goose?
Or that.
Dude, look at you.
Little Oriole hat.
Let's start this, man.
I'm about it.
What is your go-to outfit?
This, pretty much.
Yeah.
My biggest thing when I'm going to an event is that I want to be slightly uncomfortable, not miserably uncomfortable.
Yeah. I do.
So, like, I chose shorts. I had pants on, and I was like, nah, I'm going to be uncomfortable. Right? I'd rather be a little chilly in shorts than uncomfortable in pants.
I agree with that statement.
I also left my Orioles sweatshirt at home, which I've never worn it, actually, because it's always too hot.
To be quite honest, I think I've always seen you in like an Orioles polo of some sort. That is your typical like Mike Frank baseball day.
Slightly
shirt.
professional, slightly official, slightly not completely obliterating Orioles, although this one is new.
I like that one.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like
it
this one a lot. This is like I work at the park,
Yeah,
but don't talk to me.
really?
Yeah, I mean,
It does.
Come on.
It does kind of.
It does seem
that.
like special. Like there's only a select few that are made, and you can get access to.
Yeah, they're in the team store. That's where you buy them.
Oh. Well, I meant more like limited edition. Like, hey, you do work for us, and this is what you get. You know, or like you're
Like their
a season ticket
uniform
holder.
shirt.
Like, hey, you get dibs at this shirt.
Yeah, the season ticket holders get good stuff, but not that good.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, if you want any of the season ticket holder swag, let me know, because I don't like it.
What's the catalog look like?
Yeah.
Oh, it's always like a bobblehead or two or even three. 1 year they did Dirt from the Park, which was kind of cool. I actually got that and then gave it to someone for Christmas.
You know what that reminds me of? Sorry, I gotta get that hash brown
in case
down.
you're wondering.
That reminds me of Saving Private Ryan, when the one soldier is like scooping dirt. From
Oh,
every...
yeah. Putting it in his pocket.
Yeah, dude, imagine if you had that with baseball parks. You had Nats, you had Orioles.
I think there are people that do that.
Really?
I think that's why they
But
give it away.
what is it really? Okay, well then that makes sense. But if you have to be a season ticket holder, how else do you get the other dirt?
I think they
There's probably
sell
like
it.
a black market for this, like trading baseball field dirt.
It's
but it's
disgusting
probably
to me.
fake.
You think?
Like
The-
it's might not be from the actual ballpark. Like
Dude, they put down
field.
so much product. it
Imagine
wouldn't
they create a
surprise me
test
one
kit
way or
for
the
it.
other. Everybody say hello.
Who's here? Hello,
Hello, Tina. She made it. Yeah, no, I think it is real. I think it's real dirt. It proliferates the story, but the biggest thing for me is like I don't want to have a house full of like not mementos, crap,
Useless shit.
with knickknacks.
knickknacks. Yeah. Like last year for a team night, we went to the pottery, like paint your pottery kind of thing.
Don't tell me you're 3 years away.
No. I chose mine. I chose the Eiffel Tower. It was more expensive, but like that's the one I wanted because it meant something to me because
Yeah.
I love Paris and we go and so on and so forth. So now like when I look at it, yes, it's a memento from like a team night and yes, it's a cheesy, stupid thing, but like it has meaning to me. It's not just like a bobblehead of a player that's going to retire in 5 years that I don't care about.
You know what my like
No offense to
equivalent
anyone.
of that would be? It's like all my concerts.
Posters from every concert
You're
that you've
damn
ever
right.
been to?
All 70 of them as of right now.
My mom collected the Nats bobbleheads, so I'm kind of feeling like I should
And-
start the Orioles ones.
I
But I
agree.
don't want to. She had them like displayed
Yep,
on like a shelf.
and I don't want that.
don't want
Nope.
that.
and like some people really value it. So an example, my brother loves snow globes. You know how hard it is to find those little snow globes where you shake them and they play music sometimes? They're hard to find because they stopped selling them because people stopped buying them because of airport, so on and so forth. But my brother
airport?
loves, like, because you can't get them through your carry-on.
That's
And
why
they-
people stop buying snow globes.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Really?
Pain
You
in the
can't
butt.
take it home with you.
Yeah. And my brother doesn't want like the little plastic ones. He wants like the really, like,
okay, wait.
they're nice.
A
How can you
legit
not
snow
bring the snow globe with you? Like, what is?
Because I don't check luggage.
TSA.
Oh, like they don't allow you to bring it?
On
'Cause
a
it's
checked
liquid.
luggage, yeah.
What's the Oh, because it might explode or something?
Because it's more than 3.4 ounces.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if you get like a little mini one?
I did that once in the Bahamas. I searched for it all day the day before we left. You have no idea. I went all over the place.
They didn't allow it?
And they didn't allow it. They said I could get in the back of the line. I could check it and get in the back of the line. I just waited in an hour and a half line to get through security. I was like, all right, to the trash it goes. Literally, like all day, bought it, everything, just threw it right in the trash.
I would be so upset.
I was very upset.
All right, sorry to interrupt your
upset.
story. I just had no idea. I didn't even...
But like, okay, so my brother collects snow globes. Snow globes are cool. That's his thing. He wants to display them. Okay, that's his thing. And they mean something to him. So that's really cool. And I love that for him. The problem is I find that people that collect baseball memorabilia, they collect everything. So Tyler has second base.
Actual second base.
Yeah, he bought it in an auction after this season 2 years ago.
It's kind of legit, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool. And he wants to, feature it in his man cave. And I think that's awesome. All right. But Tyler also has signed Ray Lewis thing and signed, let's just say hypothetically, like Shane Battier, who played in the NBA. Like, he has like a lot of stuff. And like, yeah, that's cool, I guess, but it's just not for me. Like, I don't want that stuff.
No, I agree.
And I really don't care about getting a signature from a baseball player or anybody else for that matter.
I would agree. But like, to your point, I think it's anything that has like meaning to you, right? Like,
I agree.
The like before I got into like heavy with the posters,
Man, you got a lot of work to do.
Every concert that I would go to, I would take the ticket and frame it. And if they had a poster, I would put it with the poster. So it was kind of like a 2-in-1. The ticket was like a piece of history. That's disgusting. Don't do that. The ticket was like a piece of history. Same thing with the poster. But then they stopped doing tickets after COVID. You can go up to the ticket booth now when you get there and get a special one. But it's literally just like a history of all the concerts I've been to. So it's really neat to me.
That's cool.
And instead of
I
having having like an Orioles man cave or a sports man cave, just throughout my house, you'll know I'm a jam band fan.
Oh, we know.
Right, what else?
Well, okay.
We're still working on it.
Shots
if anybody
fired.
knows of a chap renovation that's happening in Canton or maybe Federal Hill or maybe Hamden or anywhere in the city that Christian can afford, he would prefer to know first. Please and thank you.
Canton.
In search of, in case anybody's wondering.
Yeah.
All right, so if you're focused on Ikebana, let's just take Ikebana away. Let's take Ikebana away, and let's just say that you're going to the baseball park, you're getting a meal. What are you getting?
Probably Fuzzies. They have a burger and fries.
Let's take away all the specialty food.
Then I don't know if they make pizza. Do they make pizza there?
Probably Boggs or Bogues.
I would probably do pizza.
Boogs.
My people, I think, put way too much respect on chicken tenders and fries. To be quite honest, like people will hype that shit up, and I'm just like, it ain't it. Like when you go to like ballpark or like these like fast food places, a lot of them don't salt anything. It's just bland as fuck. You got to get a ton of ketchup or whatever you use, and I'm just over that, right? Like salt my shit up, make it good. But I want something different.
Salt my shit up.
Yeah, seriously. These hash browns, these chicken tenders, these fries, and I just don't enjoy a ballpark chicken tender and fries. I think it's very, very overrated. Or even at any concert venue, I'll get it.
Pizza.
I would go for that.
What kind of a drink?
Depends on if I'm.
Say Powerade.
Depends on if I'm day drinking or if I'm just like thirsty.
No, it's just your moment. Your moment to shine. You get to drink anything you want.
Probably a water.
It's because you said Powerade.
I mean, I'm not going Powerade. No shot.
Probably a water.
Just get a water, and if I'm really feeling it, I'll get like a draft beer.
I would do Michelob Ultra.
At?
What do you mean? At the Orioles.
Boogs.
Oh, Boogs.
There you go. Okay. If I got to eat anything, man.
Have you ever
That's
gotten
tough.
food from Pickles or like anything across the street?
Yeah.
What do you typically get there?
Well, but you can't like take it into the stadium.
Well, I understand that.
Pickles is just like the ultimate sports bar, in my opinion. And their food is not bad.
Yeah.
In the stadium, I would get... if I could eat anything in the stadium, to be honest with you, if I could have any meal in the stadium, it would be in my seat. I would have one of the guys give me pretzels and a hot dog in my seat. And then I would have a lemonade.
Sorry.
Oh, a lemonade.
Oh, yeah. And they now sell, if you want, what do they call them?
The little shooters?
Yeah, basically like a hard lemonade. So the lemonade with like a vodka shot.
You're really making my pizza
But
in the water
what I
sound
really
so
want,
boring right now.
what I really want is I want the vodka shot and I want the lemonade separate. And then if you really
This is
twisted
so
my arm,
extra,
I would
dude.
take
No,
some cotton
I can't
candy.
get behind that.
Bro, I could
So
just see
extra.
myself sitting there, cup holder with lemonade, cup holder with the cotton candy sticking through it, hot dog.
You might as
pretzels.
well have that guy that's walking around with everything, selling whatever he has, but like
Yep.
he's not just cotton candy, dude. He has one of everything
Yep.
just for Mike.
Yep, I would be about that. I think that really makes me excited.
that is so...
It's
like,
disgusting.
It is awful.
But like that's the point.
no.
Dude, I relish I relish the moment that I can just enjoy being at the ballpark. Like,
That doesn't
honest
sound
to God,
enjoyable with it
bro,
being
I
that
think that sounds
disgusting.
so enjoyable.
it's
Just
so
sitting there, not having to get up.
Two different types of people in this
Having-
world.
it's just I don't know. I just love it. I just love enjoying the game, the roar of the crowd, spilling your drink. Like, it's just fun.
Just walking to your
No, I don't enjoy that. I hate
How do you
leaving
enjoy,
the
how do you
concession
not
stand.
enjoy that?
I would.
But you enjoy spilling your
Dude,
drink. That's like
Orioles
the
marketing
two-
people right now. I would enjoy and pay a premium to walk up and give you my seat number, go back to my seat empty-handed, and have you bring me my food. I
They
would pay
actually-
a premium to do
How's that
that.
not a
They
thing?
do have that. You order online.
No way.
I am
Vibes.
almost positive you can order
Doing it.
online. I can't remember if it was the Nat Stadium or Orioles.
It definitely was Orioles because we know we don't like Nat Stadium. And it's Nats Park, okay?
Tomato.
Well, I'm just
There we
saying,
go.
if you're going to hate on it, at least hate on it correctly.
Caramel
I
caramel.
don't want anybody to tell me that our flag is upside down again.
I don't think we ever fixed it, right?
We didn't.
No, it's
We're
still-
working on it.
I don't think we are working on it. I think
We're
it's
not.
just we
I
just
need to get to
leave it
Home Depot
forever.
is what it is, but
To do what?
I need picture wire. You know how heavy this thing is?
How do we have it up there now?
Picture wire?
So just
Can you not just
I
take it
can't
off?
use the picture wire
Oh,
that I've
true.
already used.
True.
Anyway,
We got master picture
so
guy here.
that would be how I would want to eat. I would want to eat with somebody
You know what
bringing it to
also
my
is
seat and
overrated?
enjoying myself. Tell me it's Dippin' Dots.
No.
Okay, just
I'm,
go.
ice
love
cream. I'm not
Dippin'
an
Dots.
ice cream guy, so yes,
Hate
it is
Dippin'
overrated.
Dots.
I love
My
Dippin'
friend,
Ice cream love.
Every
Dippin'
time
Dots
I go
hate.
visit my friend Matt, and I don't know if he listens to this or not. It'd be cool if he clipped it. But every fucking time I go hang out with this guy, ice cream is always on the itinerary.
Let's
and menu.
go, bro.
It's crazy, and it's such a like running joke. Every time I see him now, first thing I say is like, "Hey, you want to get some ice cream?" And he fucking dies laughing. Like I'll get
Bro.
off the plane,
A
get
sweet
into
treat.
his car for me,
Let's
him picking
go.
me up, and be like ice cream.
Annapolis ice cream, Maggie Moo's ice cream.
No.
You got the cow in Reisterstown.
I
the
can't.
chill for my
Charcuterie.
brother. Big
Ice cream's
shout out
overrated,
to the chill.
I will say that.
Always ice cream now, right up the
But-
street.
Be more licks.
But-
Tia's.
No.
Be More Licks. I'm not a super fan, but I love Be More Licks.
it's right
the-
around the corner. From
I
me,
know.
So I love it.
The thing
There's
that you
so
had
many.
mentioned that I think is also overrated, and it kind of goes with
Cotton candy.
no, I'm a fan. Chicken tenders. It goes with pretzel. I don't understand.
Oh, okay.
the
I can
hype
get down
around
behind
the pretzel.
that. My wife loves a pretzel.
I just love the salt. Like you could eat that pretzel if the salt's in the bag. I'll
I
get
have
into
to get
that.
in the mood for a pretzel.
I don't understand the people that yomp. Different kind of mic. Yomp.
Oh, that way.
There you go. I don't understand the people that don't like mustard, a la John Rittmiller,
I don't like
and
mustard.
still eat pretzels. I don't get it. Like pretzel
eat
is a
a-
vessel for the mustard.
If you got cheese, I'll get into that.
Yeah.
But like,
I agree with you.
Yeah.
Oh, I like cheese with it too. Beer cheese.
yeah,
That's
I
good.
just
My thing about cheese, though, this is the challenge behind cheese. The cheese that's super, super hot and really, really good is awesome. But as soon as it cools down, then it becomes like coagulated and
I
solid.
don't give a shit.
Not awesome.
I'll eat that. I'll
Christian's
eat the
like,
cheese
give
just-
me the Dunkaroos with the cheese sauce. What do they call those things?
Pretty sure they are Dunkaroos.
Nah, the Dunkaroos were the ones with the icing.
Icing. I think it's the same thing though.
Handy.
What?
I need a little kid help, please. Handy snacks
You're
with the
losing me
little
here.
red wand.
No, I know what you're talking about.
I have no idea
I just
what
don't know
you're
what they're
talking
called.
about.
But I can't get behind a pretzel. I think it's so plain, and I'm not a mustard fan, so maybe that's part of it. But also, like, I don't know,
Handy snacks.
even like pretzel dogs, like just pretzel, like
Oh, those things.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh, I haven't had one of those in so long.
the little red wand.
Yeah, I like the Oreo ones.
Well, duh.
isn't that the Dunkaroo though?
Well, no, it's the Nabisco version of a Dunkaroo. They're Oreo flavored.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, similar, same, different. But For me, honestly, I just love that you can do all of these things at the park. And if you're going to go down to Oriole Park and you're going to embrace the opportunity, there's ways to do it on the cheap and there's ways to do it on the expensive side. And so if you haven't already, make sure you know and map out where the discount, I don't know what they're calling them, but they're like discount convenience, basically. You could get a bottle of water for $4 instead of paying $8. Right, you could get a pretzel. They're smaller pretzels, but like, hey, if you're just looking for a hunkering, it's an easy way to just like knock out and get a bunch of stuff. Especially if you're with kids, it gets super expensive at the park.
Yeah,
it's not my thing.
It's like any venue.
I agree.
Anyways, let's wrap it up here. We got a couple events going on. Pups and Cups on 6/8. What is that? That's June 8th.
June 8th.
Doing some conversions here with numbers. Home buyer event on May 10th coming up. Client appreciation party May 30th. And look out for your peeps, people. They will be delivered here in the next couple of weeks. They're doing that
next
over the
week.
next 2-week period. So it'll be really exciting. If you know anybody that's looking to get in the real estate market, we love the opportunity to help and support in any way that we can. And then also, if you want some more information about our events, hit us up. And if you see Mike or Mykala or I or Liv, anybody from our team at the game, we'll grab Mike and have him buy
Let's
you
get a selfie.
shots.
I'm about it.
We'll grab Mike.
Yeah, grab Mike to buy
Mike.
shots.
Jesus. This just got real expensive.
You can find me on Instagram at Christian the Deadhead, and
you can find me on Instagram at michael.frank_____. And then you can always guide us on our website at frankoliverco.com.
You can find me on Instagram at realtor.mykala.
Love that. Catch up with you guys soon.
Later.